Welcome to our deep dive into one of the most renowned educational philosophies, the Montessori Method. Developed by Dr. Maria Montessori in the early 1900s, this method revolutionized how we view early childhood education. Unlike traditional education, where teachers often lead the learning process, Montessori places the child at the center of their educational journey. Montessori's approach is founded on the belief that children are naturally curious and capable of learning independently when given the right tools and environment. By emphasizing respect for the child's innate ability to learn and grow, Montessori allows children to explore at their own pace. The child's choices, interests, and developmental needs drive the learning process, creating a highly individualized learning experience. In a Montessori classroom, the learning materials are specifically designed to be engaging and promote hands-on exploration. These materials, such as the famous pink tower or bead chains, help children understand abstract concepts through concrete manipulation. By fostering a sense of independence and allowing children to learn at their own pace, Montessori promotes not just academic success, but emotional and social development as well. Stay tuned as we explore the key principles of Montessori, starting with the idea of a prepared environment. This concept is essential for creating a space where children can thrive. Let's take a closer look. Now that we've introduced the Montessori method, let's dive into the core principles that guide this educational approach. The first of these principles is respect for the child. Montessori believed that children, like adults, deserve respect and dignity. This means giving them the freedom to make choices, pursue their interests, and work at their own pace. The teacher's role is not to impose learning, but to observe and guide the child's journey. The second key principle is the prepared environment. A Montessori classroom is carefully organized to meet the developmental needs of children. Materials are arranged on low shelves, accessible to the children, so they can easily choose their work. These materials are designed to be self-correcting, allowing children to learn through trial and error, fostering independence. A well-prepared environment also includes order, beauty, and simplicity, making the space inviting and calming. The third principle is hands-on learning. In a Montessori classroom, children don't just listen to the teacher. They engage with materials that help them explore and understand concepts. From building with blocks to using math tools, the hands-on approach encourages tactile learning that enhances retention and understanding. By focusing on these core principles, respect, a prepared environment, and hands-on learning, Montessori creates an educational space that respects the child's independence and innate desire to learn. It's an environment where children thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. One of the most important concepts in the Montessori method is the prepared environment. But what exactly does that mean? In Montessori, the environment isn't just a place where children learn. It's a key factor in how they learn. The prepared environment is a space that encourages independence, exploration, and growth. In a Montessori classroom, the materials are carefully selected to support the child's developmental needs. From the moment a child walks into a Montessori space, they are greeted with materials that they can easily access and manipulate. These materials are organized in a specific way to promote order, making it easy for children to navigate and engage with their surroundings. The classroom itself is designed to be child-friendly. Tables and chairs are sized for children, and all learning materials are displayed on low shelves, so children can reach them without assistance. This organization empowers children to take ownership of their learning and make choices about what they want to explore. But it's not just about materials. Space and atmosphere are important too. A calm and inviting environment helps children feel comfortable and confident. Whether it's soft lighting, comfortable seating areas, or cozy reading nooks, the environment promotes a sense of security and autonomy. The prepared environment in Montessori isn't just about learning. It's about creating a space where children feel respected, independent, and capable of making choices. And when children feel empowered in their space, they are free to engage fully in their learning process. In Montessori, self-directed learning is at the heart of the method. Unlike traditional education, where children are often passive recipients of information, Montessori encourages children to take charge of their own learning. This independence fosters confidence, critical thinking, and a love for learning. The self-directed approach begins with giving children the freedom to choose their activities. In a Montessori classroom, children are not bound by a rigid schedule. Instead, they can explore their interests, picking tasks that engage them and suit their developmental needs. This autonomy empowers children to learn at their own pace, whether it's mastering a complex math problem or exploring a new topic through art. What makes Montessori self-directed learning particularly unique is the self-correction aspect. Many Montessori materials are designed so that children can identify and correct their mistakes without adult intervention. This encourages problem-solving skills and boosts self-confidence as children realize that they are capable of learning and growing independently. The Montessori teacher plays a key role in this process, but not in the traditional sense of direct instruction. Instead, teachers observe and step in when necessary, offering guidance and support without taking over the learning process. By encouraging children to take initiative and guiding them gently, the Montessori method nurtures independence and a lifelong love for learning. While Montessori places a great deal of responsibility on the child to direct their own learning, the role of the teacher is just as important. However, in Montessori, the teacher's role is quite different from traditional methods. Instead of being the center of the classroom, the teacher in a Montessori environment acts as a guide, facilitator, and observer. The Montessori teacher's main job is to observe the children closely. By watching how children interact with materials and each other, the teacher can assess the child's developmental needs and interests. This allows the teacher to create personalized learning experiences that align with each child's pace and interests. Rather than constantly giving instructions, the teacher is there to gently guide the child through their learning journey. If a child struggles with a particular concept or task, the teacher steps in with a soft suggestion or demonstrates how to use a material. However, the key is not to interrupt the child's process, but to offer subtle support that empowers the child to continue exploring and learning on their own. The Montessori teacher also cultivates a sense of community in the classroom. They encourage collaboration, respect, and self-discipline, fostering an environment where children can thrive socially as well as academically. In essence, the Montessori teacher is a guide who creates the space for children to lead their own learning, developing independence, responsibility, and confidence. One of the unique aspects of the Montessori method is the 3-period lesson, a technique designed to support children's language and cognitive development. The 3-period lesson is especially effective in teaching new concepts, whether it's a new vocabulary word, an object, or an abstract idea. The first period of the lesson is called the introduction. In this phase, the teacher introduces the new material or concept. For example, when teaching a child the names of different animals, the teacher might first say, "This is a giraffe." The child then observes the object or material and begins to understand what it represents. The second period is called the association. This is where the child begins to connect the new word or concept with their own experiences. In our example, the teacher might ask the child, "Where have you seen a giraffe before? Can you point to the giraffe in this picture?" This helps the child make associations and reinforces the new concept. The third and final period is the recall. At this stage, the child is asked to recall the name of the object or concept independently. The teacher might say, "Can you show me the giraffe?" Or "What is this called?" By the time the child reaches this stage, they are able to independently recall and recognize the concept they've learned. The 3-period lesson is an excellent tool in Montessori because it allows children to move through the learning process at their own pace, ensuring that they fully grasp each concept before moving on. Another distinctive feature of the Montessori method is the use of mixed-age classrooms. Unlike traditional classrooms where children are grouped strictly by age, Montessori classrooms typically consist of a wide range of ages, often spanning 3 years. For example, a Montessori classroom may include children aged 3 to 6, 6 to 9, or even 9 to 12 years old. Why mixed-age classrooms? The idea is to allow younger children to learn from older peers and for older children to reinforce their learning by teaching younger students. This dynamic fosters a sense of community, collaboration, and empathy. Older children develop leadership skills by guiding and helping the younger ones, while younger children have the opportunity to observe and learn from their older peers. This setup also promotes individualized learning. While younger children might focus on foundational skills like language and motor development, older children might work on more advanced concepts like math or cultural studies. In a Montessori classroom, each child is free to work at their own developmental level, without being restricted by age-based expectations. Mixed-age classrooms also reduce competition and comparison, as each child's learning journey is unique. This helps children feel confident in their abilities, whether they are leading a group project or working quietly on an individual task. By learning within a multi-age environment, children are more likely to develop social, emotional, and academic skills that will serve them well throughout life. In Montessori, practical life skills are just as important as academic learning. In fact, practical life activities are one of the first things children engage with when they enter a Montessori classroom. These activities are designed to help children develop life skills that they will use every day, while also laying the foundation for future academic learning. Practical life activities include simple tasks like pouring water, sweeping the floor, or tying shoes. These activities may seem basic, but they are crucial for helping children build fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and concentration. As children practice these tasks, they also gain a sense of accomplishment and independence. They realize that they can do things on their own, which boosts their self-esteem and confidence. But practical life activities are not just about learning how to take care of themselves. They also teach important values like order, responsibility, and respect. For example, children are encouraged to clean up after themselves, put materials back in their proper places, and be mindful of others in the classroom. These lessons help children develop a sense of discipline and responsibility that extends beyond the classroom. Practical life skills are so integral to Montessori because they teach children to approach tasks with intention and focus, fostering independence and self-reliance. In addition, these activities help build the strong foundation that will support all future learning, whether it's reading, math, or science. Cultural studies play an essential role in Montessori education. While many traditional educational methods focus primarily on language and math, Montessori classrooms embrace a holistic approach, integrating cultural studies into the curriculum. In Montessori, cultural studies encompass a wide range of topics, from geography and history to art and music. These studies introduce children to the world around them and encourage them to appreciate different cultures, traditions, and languages. In the Montessori classroom, cultural studies are introduced through hands-on materials that invite children to explore the world. For example, children might work with maps, globes, or models of different countries. They may study animals from various continents, learn about world holidays, or explore different languages. These activities not only broaden a child's knowledge, but also promote cultural sensitivity and global awareness. Montessori also integrates art and music into cultural studies, allowing children to express their creativity and learn about different artistic traditions. Whether it's painting in the style of an impressionist artist or learning a song from a different culture, these experiences help children develop an appreciation for art and creativity. By including cultural studies in the curriculum, Montessori encourages children to understand and appreciate the diversity of the world around them. It helps them become global citizens who are open-minded, empathetic, and capable of engaging with a rapidly changing world. Finally, let's take a look at Montessori in action. What does a typical day in a Montessori classroom look like? The beauty of Montessori is that there's no one-size-fits-all. Each child is free to choose their activities, explore at their own pace, and interact with others in a natural, respectful way. A Montessori classroom typically begins with a morning work period, where children can choose from a variety of materials and engage in focused, independent work. Whether it's practicing writing letters, building math problems with beads, or creating a science experiment, children are given the freedom to explore subjects that interest them. Throughout the day, children also have the opportunity to engage in group activities, where they can collaborate with peers on projects, share ideas, and learn from one another. Group activities might include discussions, art projects, or science experiments. In the Montessori classroom, learning is a continuous process where children move freely between individual and group work, supported by the teacher and the carefully prepared environment. The teacher observes and guides, but never interrupts the natural flow of learning. By creating an atmosphere of freedom within limits, Montessori fosters independence, responsibility, and a deep love for learning. Montessori classrooms are dynamic, joyful spaces where children are encouraged to learn through exploration, creativity, and collaboration. It's a place where children can truly thrive.